Why do we still carry burdens long after they've been set down? This is part 2 of Cure Insomnia, naturally with Zen stories for deep sleep. A 14-part journey towards stress relief, inner peace, and a life transformed. Tonight's parable guides you to put down what no longer belongs to you. Next, the 2 arrows reveals how to avoid wounding yourself twice. And eventually, we'll cross the bridge where life itself transforms. If you feel called, share the place you're listening from, so our journeys may converge in stillness. The monk and the woman at the river. Why do you carry what you've already set down? This question, so simple and yet so profound, echoes from the heart of this Zen story. A gentle invitation to examine the invisible burdens that weigh on your spirit long after the moment of effort has passed. So many of us are walking through our lives carrying ghosts on our backs. The ghosts of yesterday's arguments, last week's mistakes, last year's regrets. We believe we have moved on, but the tension in our shoulders, the worry in our gut, the looping thoughts in our mind at 3 a.m. tell a different story. They say, I am still carrying her. Close your eyes, if you haven't already, and take a slow, deep breath. Breathe into the part of you that feels heavy, the part that is tired of carrying so much. Let this story be a soft place for you to land, a quiet space to learn the art of letting go. Imagine a path winding through a lush, green forest. Sunlight filters through the canopy, dappling the mossy ground with patterns of light and shadow. You can hear the distant sound of rushing water, a steady, soothing rhythm. A river rushes before you, its waters sparkling under sunlight, reeds swaying gently at its edge. The water is wide, and the current is strong, a powerful, living force of nature. 2 monks in simple robes stand at its edge. They have been walking for many miles, a journey of silent meditation and mindfulness. One monk is older, his face a map of serene wrinkles, his eyes clear and calm. The other is younger, his expression earnest and intense, his mind diligently following the strict rules of their monastic order. Beside them stands a young woman, dressed in fine silks, but looking distressed. The river is too swift for her to cross alone. She looks at the monks with pleading eyes, her journey halted by this beautiful, powerful obstacle. The younger monk looks away, his vows clear in his mind. A monk must not touch a woman. It is a rule, a boundary meant to keep the mind pure and free from distraction. He stands rigidly, caught between his training and the reality of the woman's need. But the older monk simply smiles. He sees not a temptation, not a rule to be broken, but a fellow human being who needs help. Without a word, he He walks to the woman, bends down, and gestures for her to climb onto his back. She does so gratefully. The old monk, with steady steps, wades into the cool, rushing water. He braces himself against the current, his focus entirely on the task at hand, to carry this person safely to the other side. The younger monk watches, his mind reeling. He is shocked, confused, and a little bit outraged. How could his master, a man of such discipline, so casually break such a fundamental rule? He crosses the river by himself, his feet cold in the water, his mind hot with judgment. On the far bank, the old monk gently sets the woman down. She thanks him profusely, bows with deep respect, and continues on her way down a different path. The two monks resume their journey. They walk on in silence. 1 mile passes. 2 miles. The forest is peaceful. The birds are singing. But the younger monk's mind is a thunderstorm of silent accusation. He replays the scene over and over. The touch, the rule, the transgression. He rehearses his speech, his confrontation. He feels the weight of his master's perceived sin as if it were his own. It grows heavier with every step. Finally, after nearly 5 miles of this inner turmoil, he can bear it no longer. He bursts out, his voice tight with suppressed emotion. "Master, how could you do that? Our vows forbid us to touch a woman. Why did you carry her across the river?" The old monk stops walking. He turns to his young companion, his eyes filled not with defensiveness, but with a gentle, loving compassion. A soft smile touches his lips, and he says very quietly, "I set her down at the river miles ago. Why are you still carrying her?" Let those words land in your heart. I set her down. Why are you still carrying her? This is the question the universe is asking you tonight, as you lie here, seeking rest, seeking deep sleep. What are you still carrying? Is it the weight of a conversation that didn't go your way? The sting of a criticism you received at work? The burden of a mistake you made, a path you didn't take, a word you wish you could take back? These things are the woman at the river. The event itself happened. It required your energy and attention for a moment, and then it was over. You crossed the river. You set her down. And yet, here you are, miles down the road, in the quiet of your own mind, and you are still carrying her. The weight of her is in your thoughts, replaying, analyzing, judging. The effort of carrying her is in the tension of your body. The story of her is what is keeping you from the present moment, from the peace that is available to you right now. This is a core teaching of Buddhist psychology, So much of our suffering, our insomnia, our anxiety, comes not from the events of our lives, but from our refusal to let them go. We cling to them. We identify with them. We let the past occupy the only space where life is actually happening. Right here, right now. This clinging is a function of the mind's default mode network, DMN, the part of the brain that is active when we are not focused on a specific task. It loves to ruminate, to time travel to the past and future, to tell stories about me and my problems. The younger monk was deep in his DMN, lost in a mental narrative of rules, judgment, and grievance. The older monk was fully in the present moment. For him, there was only the task at hand. Carry the woman, set her down, walk on. The event left no residue, no lingering thought, because he was completely present for it, and then completely present for what came next. To live now is to set down what you carried yesterday, leaving only the river's flow. This is a form of emotional healing that is profoundly simple and accessible. It is a letting go guided meditation in action. Let's practice this together with the breath. Bring to mind something you have been carrying. Don't choose the heaviest thing, just a small pebble of a memory, a minor irritation from your day. See it clearly in your mind. Feel the familiar weight of it. Notice the story your mind tells about it. Now take a long, slow inhale, and as you do, imagine you are the old monk, lifting that burden, acknowledging its presence without judgment. Ah, this is what I have been carrying. And now, as you exhale, a long, full, complete release. Imagine you are setting it down on the riverbank. You are letting it go. It is no longer your story to carry. You can watch it recede into the distance as you walk on, your back lighter, your mind clearer. Let's do it again. Inhale, acknowledging the weight. I see you. Exhale, releasing the grip. I set you down. One more time. Breathe in, gathering it up one last time. Breathe out and let it completely dissolve. You are walking on now. The path ahead is clear. The only sound is your own steady footfalls on the earth, your own gentle breath. This is the practice. It's not about never picking up a burden. Life will always present us with rivers to cross. The practice is in learning to set them down again, and again, and again. This is how you calm anxiety at night. When the mind starts its frantic storytelling, its parade of past grievances, you can gently say to each one, I set you down at the river. You don't have to fight the thought. You don't have to believe it. You just recognize that you are still carrying it. and you make the gentle choice to let it go. Let this be a mantra for your restful sleep tonight. With every exhale, a release. With every breath, a step forward into the peace of the present moment. Let the silence hold you. Let the story of the monks become a part of your own wisdom. You have the capacity to live with a light heart, to walk unburdened. It is simply a matter of noticing what you are carrying and choosing, with compassion for yourself, to set it down. Yet what of the pain we carry? The kind that feels less like a burden we chose and more like a wound that was inflicted. What about the sharp, sudden sting of loss or failure? A pain that strikes like an arrow from the shadows. In the parable of the two arrows, we'll discover how to pull free from the second wound, the one we inflict upon ourselves. For now, there is nothing left to carry. The woman is on her way. The river is flowing behind you. The path ahead is bathed in soft, gentle light. There is only this breath, this moment, this stillness. To live now is to set down what you carried yesterday, leaving only the river's flow. And in that flow, you can drift into a deep, restorative sleep, your mind as clear and unburdened as the sky after a storm. As the river's current carries away the monk's burden, so too does an arrow's flight lead us to a deeper truth.